Starting up, the timer is set up for 20 seconds, so...
Oh, I like. Yeah, sounds good.
Adam!
So, yes, today we are going to be talking about body language, because aside from our verbal expressions, our body also talks and communicates. Our body can say things by the way we move, by the way we pose. We can convey certain messages. We use that during our work. We're going to be talking about body parts, about facial expressions, about our postures, about hands, about fingers, thumbs. We are going to be talking about our arms, what they do when we talk, about our legs, and about these relations, how we communicate with other people. So, facial expressions, it's very easy for us to recognize when people are happy because they smile. We can recognize very easily when somebody is angry. They are making faces, angry faces, or when somebody is surprised. We can express boredom with our faces, and we see sometimes these expressions. Our hands also say a lot of things. When they are closed, they are dominating. When they are open, they are very inviting. We see that also in situations when we are inviting people, we open up hands. Our body do not lie. Actually, it's very important that we control how we behave during conversations. Our thumbs and fingers can also express a lot of messages. We know that the thumb raised like that is a signal of acceptance. A thumb turned that way, that's a very negative side. And for undecided people, we are just showing the fingers, the thumbs like that. Fingers are showing very positive or imperative sign. This is an exclamation mark, but also could be very inviting for some people. We know that it's only 7% of what we say we accept, and from the communication up to 55% is expressed by our body language. Hands tell us a lot of things. With hands we can say that we don't want to hear something, or we are not saying the truth, or we don't want to hear something or see things. We are making those gestures, not fully controlling them. So it's really worth a while to observe that. This gesture, for example, with hands closing mouth in various ways, are telling us that somebody who is speaking to us is not necessarily telling us the full truth. So it's also a very important mark and very important signal. Just observing these signs, we know what is the real message or intention of the person that is speaking to us. Arms. Arms can be very inviting. Arms raised are showing the power, are showing the excitement. We can also have a different signs with arms. We can move to the next one. To mixed positions, when one arm is raised, is also very inviting, is also an exclamation mark. This one, for example, is a very important gesture. In German, when you say like this, it's a very firm statement. But Renato made a slight move and opened it up, and it means completely something different. That means I went fishing yesterday. Arms held like that are a posture of certain resentment. They are not fully accepting. They are closing our bodies. We are either defending ourselves, we are not fully convinced by displacing our palms. And this gesture, for example, is almost identical like the ones before, but this one shows thumbs, and this one shows power. This one shows that I am a dominating person. And if you see, I'm saying something completely different when I keep my arms like that, closing and dominating. And over here we see a situation when there are bodies who are open, for example, like that one, saying, I'm very positive, I'm very open, I'm very inviting. Two gentlemen speaking to each other, saying, I'm open to what you're saying to me. And two gentlemen closing the body are saying, maybe I'm not fully accepting what you are talking to me. This position, this situation, I think that we can observe that quite frequently during our presentations and during our conferences, because one of our colleagues, some of our colleagues, presented quite frequently. And they say, I am challenging, I am dominating. Unlike that one, this one is showing us, I'm ready for an action.
Catalog man.
That's a catalog man. I'm open. I'm ready to act. I'm very inviting. You see, Renato has a very open position, and he's leaning forward a little bit, showing that yes, he's accepting what he's hearing. But this one is almost similar, but expresses a completely different message. This one is saying, I have to go. This is the finish of our conversation. This is the finish of our meeting. You should really draw your speech to a conclusion because our time is coming to an end. If you observe this body, you know how to make a presentation and how to argue efficiently. Our hands are saying, I'm not saying the truth, but if the hands are under control, we have to observe our feet, our legs. Once crossed, they are expressing the same thing. They're saying, I'm not fully accepting what you're talking to me, what you're telling to me. And this is an example of an interrelation when we have two people that are quite open to each other. Open hands, they are leaning towards each other, they are accepting and hearing each other. This is a very important situation. If you sit in front of a person, you are in confrontation. But if you tilt chairs a little bit, you create a triangle, you're open, you're not confronting. Over here we have several poses. A person who is defending himself with a chair, that's the shield. A person who is dominating and challenging the rest. And a person who is kind of skeptical about what this person hears. Altogether, our body talks, our body expresses things, our body communicates. If we learn how to observe the body, we will be communicated in a better, more efficient way. We will be very coherent in what we are hearing and with what we are saying and expressing. That would be it for today.
Very good.